Okay, so this is the biggest problem with would-be creators. Hey, what's up? My name is Hughes, and in this video, you're gonna learn how to overcome the biggest problem that creators have. And it's like analysis paralysis. It's people are too afraid to put out content. So what actually happens is instead of putting out content consistently, and in my case, I like to try to challenge people to around a 30-day challenge where every single day for 30 days, you create one piece of content for your business, for your brand. And what happens is, the case of a 30-day video challenge, you're putting out 30 different videos. And what this means is instead of thinking about, a 30-day time period and maybe getting 1 or 2 videos created that are good or, perfect in your eyes, what you're gonna have is you're gonna have 30 pieces of content that you've put out. And what happens when you actually release these videos is you learn a lot from them because you're gonna suck. You're not gonna be good. Stuff's gonna go wrong. Your hair or your face or something that you've done inside the video is not gonna be up to your ultimate pure perfect standpoint. And like we look at the big YouTubers, or we'll look at like Hollywood videos, or we'll look at professional artists and singers and the types of full production crew quality things that get put out. It prevents some of the, in my opinion, some of the best potential future like successful creators. And the whole thing is it's because they're scared to put out that content because they want it to be perfect. Analysis paralysis kicks in, so ultimately instead of creating and kind of improving on the go, you struggle because, you'll record something and you'll be like, it's okay, but it's not perfect. And what happens is you don't publish it, you don't share it, you don't give other people the opportunity to enjoy your gift. And to me, that's frustrating. And the way I kind of look at it is you kind of keeping this to yourself is a detriment to the rest of the world because you're not sharing your gift with the world. Like the idea here is to share enough to where you get comfortable with not being perfect. Because as you grow, as you get better, eventually, like you might develop into having like a full team, like a production crew, you might have like a makeup crew, you might have film crew, you might have lighting crew, you might have all of the things that the people that you aspire to be have at this point. But what happens is they didn't have that at the beginning, and neither do you. And they simply did what needed to be done. A lot of the time they put out content every single day. And guess what? A lot of it sucked. A lot of it was stuff that they look back on now and they're kind of ashamed of. And the thing is, if you're not ashamed with some of the stuff that you used to put out, you're not doing enough because you can't reflect back on the things that you've done. You can't reflect back and say, oh man, like why didn't I move the lighting this way or this way? Or why didn't I have a different backdrop? Or why didn't I use a different quality microphone? Who cares? Like what happens is you learn from each of these things. Every single video you put out, you learn something from. You get feedback from the audience, from people like you who are consuming the content. They're learning, getting to know you. They're getting to like you and become fans of yours. So what ultimately happens is if you don't put out this content, because of it's usually just mental blocks, like there's things in your brain that say, you've got to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. It's better if you're not, because perfection is a lie anyway. Like if you look at social media, like Instagram or Facebook, people post their highlights, the things that are photoshopped and touched up and absolutely perfect. And that's not reality. So when people see someone who's, maybe you're singing and you botch a note, or maybe you're playing like a guitar solo and you like hit the wrong key, or maybe you're talking, you're teaching business or something and you fumble on something. That's human. That's like part of being a human is making errors, and it allows people to kind of connect with us. So what would have happened is if never have done that, if you would have never put out that content, you wouldn't be able to learn from it. For instance, I have gotten a little bit better about eliminating the ums and the likes and just other weird things, like little habits that I used to have when I first started creating video. And the only reason I got over it was because every single day I'll pull out the camera and I'll create something. And you know what? I am still not great at it, but I'm getting better. And I know that every single day that I do this, every single time that I press record, I'm getting a little bit better, a little bit closer to the goal. And that's the whole purpose of this, is to constantly improve. I remember in college, I actually learned about, I think it's the Japanese philosophy. I hope it's the Japanese philosophy of Kaizen. If it's not, I apologize. The idea is constant and never-ending improvement. So think about that, constant and never-ending improvement. The way I look at that is the more content that I can put out, the more that I can actually put something out, look at it, learn from it, and then improve upon it. And some of the stuff is going to completely fail, flop. Look, I can't even say it. I said flail. But Things are gonna fail. And the idea is to learn from it, to improve upon it, and to get better as I do it. So right now, if you're struggling with putting out content because you think it has to be perfect, just get started. Think about Nike, just do it. There's gonna be people who see it and they're gonna judge you. Who cares? There's gonna be people who see it and they love you. That's the people you want to focus on. That's the person that you want to create this for. The people that you're going to impact their lives. The people who, if they didn't see your message, their life wouldn't have improved. I work with a lot of country singers, and what happens is I really like to hammer home like content every single day because it allows the audience to connect with them as an artist. And if you're involved in singing, I know that something that you judge yourself very heavily on, because especially if you do like a guitar as well as singing, there's always mistimed things and stuff like that. But the idea is to still put it out there, just to still get your message out there, still get your voice heard. Because when you do that, you're forcing yourself to improve. And if you think about it, a musician who's creating something every single day, when it comes to like playing in front of like an enormous arena, like thousands of people, tens of thousands of people, if you've done it hundreds of times or thousands of times, you know, if you make a little error, like you ding, like you click the wrong note or something, you're able to quickly fix it because you've done it before. You've done it so many times. However, if you've never done it before and you get, you know, superstar status somehow, and then you go and you hit something and then you shut down, which is kind of the idea for me, is like if you're always focusing on perfection and you mess up, you're gonna shut down. So the idea here is to kind of get over that. You know, make the mistakes and put it out there, let people see it. And even with videos like this, there are certain things that get cut out of the video, and there's certain things that, you know, even if they're not that good, they get included in the video because it's part of the process, it's part of the story. So my whole purpose with this was to let you know that it's okay to suck. It's okay for you to kind of struggle with things and to just do it anyway. Put out the content so the right people can find you, the right people can start learning from you, the right people can start appreciating you. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, there's a link down below that you can click so that you can see more of these videos, so you can get more motivation, you can get more action steps towards growing a business, growing a brand, and growing your audience. Thank you so much for your time. And if you have questions, comment down below. Let me know what you're struggling with so that I can create content around this to help you grow, to help you improve. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day.